our own source revenue potential is 10.9 billion. When Susan came on board, she found the last regime collecting 3.6 billion. It went down immediately, and she collected 1.6. She collected 1.6 billion, which was also a big drop. But now, the worst of this year now, 2025-2026 budget, they have collected 792 million, which is a very huge drop. The problem with this own source revenue system collection, it's manual. They are not using automated system. And I remember even His Excellency the President saying all these systems should be automated. So they are using manual. So there is a lot of corruption. I can assure you, this drop there is a lot of corruption. What they had targeted, the annual target they had given themselves, the county government of Nakuru, was 4.8 billion. So they've collected 792 against their annual target of 4.5 billion, which is 17%, which represents 17% of their financial year target. So my request to the control of budget, they should enforce and stop any approval or any further expenditure in the Nakuru pending proper explanation why Nakuru County government failed to meet its own source revenue target, control budget. The National Treasury report says that in the county government equitable share disbursement schedule for the year 2025-2026, Nakuru County received 13.389 billion as at 4th December 2025, compared to Nairobi, which received 14.45 billion. On the other hand, the Control of Budget report 2025-2026, Nakuru County is among the top 10 counties who have 0% or less than 1% of the money allocated for development. Nakuru County allocated 90 million to development, which is 0.9% of the total allocation disbursed. We are number 2 in equitable shareable revenue after Nairobi. This money is supposed to benefit the people of Nakuru. The business people are supposed to feel the impact. The contractors are supposed to benefit, with 5% of the tenders going to the disabled, 10% to women, 5% to the youth, and 80% to the others. Shockingly, Her Excellency Susan Kihika gave tenders worth 2.1 billion to the NYS through an illegal tendering process. NYS is part of the national government. How can I work so hard to push for revenue for Nakuru County and ensure Nakuru County is number 2 in equitable shareable revenue, and they return our same money to the national government instead of ensuring our shareable revenue benefits our people through job creation and wealth creation? Nakuru County government is operating 311 accounts in commercial banks, which has not been approved by the Control of Budget. The county treasury did not submit copies of letters of authorization to the Control of Budget to open the 311 bank accounts, as per Regulations 82(5) of the Public Finance Management County Government Regulations 2015. There is huge underperformance of our own source revenue. The county collected 792.01 million against an annual target of 4.58 billion, representing 17% of the financial year target. Our potential on our own source revenue allocation is 10.9 billion. The control of budget should enforce and stop the approval of any further expenditures in Nakuru, pending proper explanation why Nakuru County government failed to meet its own source revenue target, as it is the financial year 2025-2026, where the county government had a target of 4.58 billion, but only managed to collect 792 million. The only development that Her Excellency Susan has completed is in less than 2 years is her 280 rooms, 8 floors, multi-billion hotel called Encore Luxury Hotel, built on railway land next to our Memorial Hospital, where she has defied 10 court orders to reopen the hospital. It's also few meters from the PGH hospital, where women in the maternity ward are sleeping 3 on a bed, and our newborn babies are sleeping on the floor on cartons. And it's also next to a state house, which is a secure area where projects is a secure area, which is a secure area, security area. Sorry for that. It's also next to our state house, which is a security area. While our projects are also stalled, e.g. the Maimayus hospitals, Naivasha, Gilgil, Njoro, Olguruni. We have stadiums also stalled. We have social halls, our schools, the access roads are all in a pathetic situation. And some of the hospitals, what they really required was something very small. Maybe they only needed some doors or tap waters just to put in the doctors and maybe the medical equipment for those hospitals to restart. The hotel is also built on railway land, where 100%, hundreds of all business people, both in Nakuru and Naivasha, had all their leases cancelled, and properties worth billions were demolished at night by the Kenya Railways, who cited a government policies to reconcile the leases and claim back their land. All these cases are in court. So as the Senator of Nakuru County mandated by the people to play an oversight role, I'm asking Kenya Railways to give full disclosure of how multi-billion hotel is built on their land when they demolished everyone's else. Was there public participations for such a multi-billion hotel to be built next to our hospitals, the War Memorial and the PGH, next to a state house, which is a proximity presenting a security concern? Were the right procedures get approvals for their large projects followed by the county government? Were the right procedures to get approvals for this large project followed by the county government, NEMA, and National Construction Authority? It is like our public land has been grabbed and the hotel built by our own public money. This is a double strategy we cannot allow. Her Excellency has been known to mislead our president or the national government, because there is a land, I know that the Naivasha people are in court, that was donated by the Ramea family, and this land was 27 acres, and they put it very clearly that this land should only be built a stadium. And if the people of Naivasha felt they didn't want to build a stadium, they should return this land to the owner. Her Excellency misled the government of the national government and brought the national government in that land, and 14 acres are being built the affordable housing, and the remaining 13 acres, it has been grabbed by Her Excellency and the CEC for land. And the Naivasha people have gone now to court, and you can imagine the project of affordable housing is going on, and the Naivasha people are in court, and they have all proper documents, all the documents, and even the agreement written between the Naivasha people, the Naivasha community, and the Delamere family.
The land that Delamere's family, which was 27 acres, donated to Naivashans as they are giving back to the community, purposely and strictly to have a stadium on that land. And for the last over 10 years, I was taken to court by the former mayor and others on the same land because the land was grabbed by them. But we have fought through the court cases all the way to Court of Appeal, whereby the Court of Appeal spelled its judgment and it said that land belongs to Nakuru, Naivasha people, whereby we should put up a stadium. Now my problem is, the minute the Court of Appeal spelled its worth, the Nakuru County leadership, led by Her Excellency Susan Kihika, through her Minister for, or CEC for Lands, Honorable Kihage, they have again grabbed the same land, subdivided it into two portions, whereby 14 acres have been given to the national government to put affordable houses. And the rest, the balance, has been divided among individuals. This is one of the most and the fastest growing sub-county in East and Central Africa, called Naivasha because of its various economic activities. And the population of Naivasha people, of Naivasha is growing. It's quite vast. And these are some of the amenities that Delamere saw then that are needed for it to be called Naivasha, because most of their investment is in Naivasha. And as Madam Senator have said, right opposite, there is 55 acres, whereby it was destined for affordable houses, because it is huge enough, for abattoir, because you can imagine the kind of business we do, and especially when it comes to tourism and hospitality. And she cannot see that. All what she saw is to come and grab the stadium land.
Kwanza tunasema na tunaona County Assembly ambayo ndio inastahili kuwa inamumulika vizuri na oversight ile inatakikana, ililala kitanda moja na governor. Hakuna kitu hata kimoja wanaweza sema juu ya governor. Hakuna makosa wanaweza kosoa governor hata moja. Wamewekwa kwa mfuko. Kazi yao sasa ni praise and worship team ya Susan Kihika, na tukikosa mtu kama governor, kama senator, Nakuru itabomoka yote. Tunashangaa kusikia kaunti moja iko na account za bank 311. Ni wakora tu wanakuaga na account kama hizo. Kwani hizi pesa zote zinafunguliwa hii account, na tumesikia ripoti ya control of budget, zile pesa zinakuja. Hizi anafungua hizi account zote za nini? Ni nyingi sana. Wakati president alichaguliwa, zile pay bill zilikuweko in this country, alifuja zote akawacha moja. Kwa nini Susan, wewe unafungua all these accounts? Mpango wako ni mgani? Sasa tutajua pesa za account na zako ni gani. Sisi tunaomba